A wave of vertigo washes over me. It feels as if my feet have left the ground. Suddenly my vision blurs and everything turns monochrome. Is the ground shaking? Every cell in my body is screaming, this is wrong. Mayuri's voice brings me to my senses. I realize that the color has returned to the world. What was that just now? Mayuri waves her hand in front of my face. After blinking several times, I notice I'm standing stock still, gripping my phone. My phone should be displaying mail sent, but it's not. Instead, it's showing the normal standby display. Something isn't right here. I look around, I'm inside the lab. The phone wave isn't on. When I sent the mail, the timer read 1:15. In other words, it should be running for about 2 more minutes. Oh, let me just flip the webcam over if I can. I'm not even sure I can on this OBS. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong flip, dude. Shit. I do it with filters. I don't think so, dude. Ah, there we go. Looks a little bit. I'll just leave it. I always want to be looking at the screen, you know, but otherwise it should be running for about 2 more minutes. Now the phone wave is silent. Scan the room. Other things feel wrong. Just a few seconds ago, Daru was sitting in front of the X68000, and now he's sitting in front of the lounge computer. Did he teleport? I don't remember seeing Daru get up and move from the lounge. He was sitting cross-legged on the sofa reading a massive technical book. He should be in the development room too. Noika is standing at the edge of the development room. Nothing particularly different about her. Mayuri's next to me, looking at me with a confused expression. This is wrong.
Mayuri, 俺は何分ぐらいここに立っていた？
どういうこと？
いいから教えてくれ。
30秒ぐらいじゃないかな。
30秒？本当か？
急に電話レンジちゃんのところに歩いて行ったかと思ったら、携帯を取り出してね、すごくハーハー言い始めて。
まゆし、今の言葉もう一度よろう。
Daru calls out from the lounge.
すごくハーハー言い始めて。
はあはあってとこだけリピート。
はあは
あ。もっと色っぽく。
やめなさい、変態。
Kurisu and Daru are exchanging their usual banter. How can these guys be so calm? They just sent a mail that may have changed the past. Why aren't they interested in the result?
そうだ。メールは？
I quickly checked my mail.
Mail は1週間前に届いている。
何のこと？
金は？ロト6は当たったのか？
Search my memories but turn up nothing. No memories of buying a ticket, no memories of winning third place, nothing.
そこのセレセブよ。俺は3等を当てたか？
だからセレセブって言うな。で、3等って何のことよ？
何？
Again, this feeling of disconnect. Approach Kurisu, who's lounging on the sofa.
今何と言った？
何よ？
今何と言ったんだ？
Chrissy glares back at me.
文句あるの？私が何を言おうと勝手。
そうではなく、3等って何のことと言っただろう。ロト6の3等だ。
は？
Chrissy gives me a puzzled look. It doesn't seem like she's messing with me.
ダル、俺はたった今ロト6の当たり番号を電話レンジカッコ借りて送った。そうだな。
おお、
Daru's eyes light up.
その発想はなかったわ。もしかして D メールでその方法を使えば PC パーツ買えるし、メイクインにも行きまくれる。ひょー、みなぎってきた。
This is wrong.
マユリ、バナナでトラックの荷台を満杯にするって喜ん。
トラックの荷台？誰が満杯にするの？
This is wrong. I look at Moeka. He's staring at the floor like usual, but I don't miss the confused glance she throws my way.
待て待て、たった今オペレーションウルドの第2段階を実行に移しただろ。
第2段階って過去を変えられるかどうか確かめる実験のことでしょ？
そうだ、そのことだ。
だから今みんなで考えてるんじゃん。
何？
どんな内容を送れば過去が変わったかわかるだろうねって。
でもオカリンが言ったロト6のアイディアは
でもそんなの現金だってマヨシーは思うな。あ、現金は現金でもね、諭吉さんいっぱいっていう意味じゃなくて。
そこは説明しなくてもわかると思う。
本当？よかった。でね、現金だからもっと世界が平和になりますようにみたいなのに、例えばね、世界中のすべての人がウーパクッションを持っているようにするととっても幸せだと思うよ。
それで幸せになるのはちびっことまゆしだけだろ、上皇。
What? What are these guys saying? They're acting like I never sent that email with the winning numbers.
あの
Front door opens slowly and Rukako sticks his head inside.
ルカくんだ。いらっしゃい。すみません、急にお邪魔してしまって。
Rukako bows his head apologetically. Mayuri, Kurisu, and Daru go into welcome mode. Moeka keeps staring at her phone. But I'm not in any condition to greet Rukako. I can't stop sweating, and it's not because of the heat. I don't know what's going on anymore. Questions keep spinning around in my head.
ルカくん、マヨシーのコス来てくれる気になったの？だったら嬉しいな。あ、いえ、そうじゃなくて。
Rukako looks at me apologetically like he wants to say something.
なんだ？
I reply mechanically. My mind is still blank.
実は岡部さんじゃなくて京馬さんに謝らないといけないことが。
What could he ever have to apologize for? Timidly, Rukako holds out his hand, and there between his fingers is a Lotto 6 ticket. The numbers are the same ones in my D-mail. Grab Rukako by his slender wrist.
ルカ子、お前これをどこで？
痛いですオカリン、ルカ君をいじめちゃダメだよ。
Mari gets between us. I let go reluctantly.
岡部、あんたどうしたの？
暑さでやられた？
ルカ子、すまなかった。だが教えてくれ。そのロト6の剣はどこで手に入れた？
僕、京馬さんに数字を教えてもらって。
教えた？俺が？
Rukako nods with teary eyes.
京馬さんから当たるかもしれないから。
本当か？それはいつ？
1週間前です。
Damn you, past me. What were you thinking? This wasn't supposed to happen. However, the past certainly has changed. Or has it? Seems like it has, but at the same time, the present seems to have changed too.
え、じゃあもしかしてルカシロト6当てたの？
わあ、じゃあオカリンは超能力者だね。
岡部、あんたまさか電話レンジで当たり番号を送ったの？
Question makes no
な
sense.
ぜ問いかけなのだ。お前も見ていたはずだ。
見ていた？何を？
Disconnect. Our stories don't match.
送った。3等の当選番号を。ついさっきだ。お前たちも一緒にいた。全員で話し合ってその方法を選んだ。そして過去は変わった。変わったんだ。
I glanced at the phone wave. There's no denying it now. That grotesque appliance, the bastard child of microwave and cell phone, actually changed the past. You have the power of a god! But I still don't know why everyone else forgot about it.
そんなことよりルカシいくら当たったん
70万だな。3等だ。
I answered with conviction. However,
いえ、
Nukako begins fidgeting. Nothing strange about his behavior.
本当にごめんなさい、京馬さん。数字を1個間違えて記入しちゃって。
Huh? He what? Stared at the numbers on the ticket in Nukako's trembling hands.
18が。
うわー、惜しすぎる。
I'm pretty sure I sent it with a 19. I'll know if I check my phone's send history. Take out my phone. We have the send history.
なぜだ。ないぞ。
The email I sent has vanished from my send history. Just like everyone's memories. The email should be there, but it's not. It's almost as if it never existed in the first place. I ignore the worried stares of my lab mems and head outside for some fresh air. I need to calm down and figure this out. The ticket Nukako bought turned out to be a 4th place. The price is just 5,000 yen.
そこの岡部倫太郎さ。
Suzuha calls out to me. She's still polishing her bicycle. Tenoji Nae is squatting next to her, watching her work with great interest. 2 questions come to mind. 1. How long has she been polishing that thing? 2. Just how much free time does the Brawn Tube workshop have?
洗脳されたような顔してるよ。大丈夫？
洗脳。俺。
ここには他に誰もいないじゃん。
はあ。
それはどっちに対するそうだな。洗脳されたこと？他に誰もいないこと？
洗脳されたことだ。
されたの？
Suzuha suddenly steps up to me and grabs my face. Then she forces my eye open with an index finger and thumb.
何をする？
動かないで。
Suzuha peers into my eye with a serious expression. But a second later, she lets go and steps back.
大丈夫。洗脳されてない。
なんだと？
洗脳されてる時ってさ、下まぶたの中によくチップが仕込まれてることがあるんだよね。
Chip? Immediately after saying that, Suzuha gasps and covers her mouth. And she puts her hand on my shoulder and gives me an embarrassed smile.
岡部倫太郎、今のは機密扱いでお願い。
Don't tell me, is she?
そうか。お前も機関に捕らえられていた経験があるのだな。
機関？
いや、皆まで言うな。お前の苦しみ、俺にはよく理解できる。
そう？
機関がひた隠しにする巨大洗脳施設、通称アポカリプス・オブ・ガリアン。あそこ二度と思い出したくないのだな。
そう圧砲なんとかって名前じゃない気もするけど、生き地獄だったのは確か。
やはり お前とは良き仲間になれそうだ。バイト戦士よ。聖戦の日は近いぞ。
Susa lifts her hand in a half-hearted gesture of enthusiasm.
バイトのお姉ちゃん、洗脳って何？
I asks as she tugs on the hem of Suzuha's clothes.
それにはこの法王院京馬が答えてやろう。
いいです。
え？
Nai hides behind Suzuha.
苗は岡部倫太郎が怖いみたいだね。
シェスター・ブラウンよ。俺にイフを抱くのはいいが、同時に世界を股にかけるマッドサイエンティストへの敬意も払うべきだぞ。
世界を股にかけてるの？
いかにも。俺の天才的な灰色の脳細胞は世界各国の首脳が欲しがるほどのものなのだ。
Still clinging to Suzuha's waist, Nai opens her eyes even wider and gasps in admiration. Her songs still contain words of prophecy. Before they reach it, Fetis must decipher the prophecies to find the location of the Holy Land. Nya? They're like a... What? Sure.
洗脳ってのは今みたいなことを言うんだよ、苗。
何を言う、そこのバイト戦士。俺は真実しか話していないのだから、これは洗脳などではない。
オカリンおじさんは嘘ついたの？
誰がおじさんか。
子供相手に怒鳴っちゃダメだよ。怯えてるじゃん。
But Mister makes me sound old. I'm not even old enough to drink yet. What a disgrace. No, there's no point getting angry at a child. I need to show my composure as an adult.
あんたって岡部よりよっぽど変態ね。もうさん付けで呼んでやらないからな。
僕は変態じゃないよ。変態紳士だよ。
はあ？
ねえねえ、それよりオカリン、大丈夫かな？
Their voices from the second story window. Just we can hear them clearly from here. Suzuha starts chuckling.
もしかしてずっと聞いていたか。
はあ、ごめん。盗み聞きするつもりはなかったけど、どうしても聞こえちゃうからさ。
タイムマシンのことも。
ああ、聞いちゃった。やるね、この。
He strikes my upper arm, what I assume is a gesture of encouragement. What is way to go you supposed to mean?
口外したりしていないだろうな。もし誰かに喋ったりしてみろ。俺はお前の口を封じなければならなく。
喋ってないよ。私って結構口は固いからさ。
だったらいい。それで一つ聞くが、たった今2階で放電現象が起きたのを見たか。
放電？昨日みたいなグラグラ揺れるやつ？
No.
さっき1回やったよね。店長いないから助かったね。揺れて怖かった。
I ignore the little girl's honest impression.
たった今、ほんの1分前ぐらいにもグラグラ揺らしたはずなんだが。
そうなの？でも2回目は見てないな。
Suzuha tilts her head quizzically, then turns back to her bicycle.
私がこの子を磨くのに夢中だったのかもしんないけどさ。苗は見た？
Sister Braun frantically shakes her head.
2回目は
見てないです。
Disappointment spreads through me. What does this mean? Events I remember happening. Didn't. The fact that I sent a D-mail? The fact that we argued over what to send? Kadisia herself remembers that I called her celeb Sev during that argument. Right after sending that email, I was hit by a feeling of vertigo. Probably related somehow.
なんかあったの？
お前はタイムトラベルについて詳しいか？
それってどういう意味かな？
Suzuha seems slightly suspicious. I explained to her what just happened now. I probably won't understand a word of it, so I don't think it'll be necessary to silence her.
信じらんない。
Suzuha's dumbfounded after hearing my explanation.
そんなの聞いたことないよ。ねえ、本当のこと言ってる？
当たり前だ。俺たちは紛れもなくタイムマシンを開発した。我らの偉業を否定することは誰にもできない。そう。
ああ、もうそういうことじゃなくて。
Suzuha grabs at her own hair in frustration. Then her expression turns thoughtful.
君の言うことが本当なのかどうかわかんないけどさ。
She suddenly lowers her voice.
こういう時はジョン・タイターに聞いてみればいいよ。
ジョン・タイター。
ほら、今さ話題になってるらしいじゃん。過去へ遡ってきたタイムトラベラー。なんか知ってっかもよ。同じタイムトラベラー同士ってことで。
なるほど。確かにお前の言う通りかもしれん。あ、いや、それで間違いない。
The undoing of past events could possibly be explained through the many worlds interpretation that Taito talked about. Come to think of it, it was Taito's advice that led me to the IBM 5100. Should be able to give me a hint this time too. Really take out my phone.
俺だ。ジョン・タイターはこの俺を導くために未来からやってきたかもしれん。なあ、そうだ。奴がこの2010年へとやってきたのはまさしくシュタインズゲートの選択だよ。エルプサイコングル。
バイトのお姉ちゃん。さあ、誰だろう。未来人と交信してたりして。未来人？
シスター・ブラウン。俺の電話の相手が気になるか？
気になりません。
Mai shakes her head rapidly. She looks scared. I responded with the weary expression of a mad scientist who's seen everything and lost a mind.
気になったとしても今後絶対に聞くな。
だから小学生をビビらせちゃダメだっての。
I assume Nai is frightened because of the aura of danger that follows me everywhere. She's right to be.
バイト戦士、俺は早速タイターに連絡を取ってみるぞ。素晴らしい助言に感謝する。
私役に立った？そんならよか。
Part-time warrior's eyes pop open
うわ、
mid-sentence.
やっぱ店長機関。
Follows Suzu's glance to see a moped headed this way. Judging by the sheer size of the driver, it must be Mr. Brown.
なえ、もし店長に聞かれたらさ、私はちゃんと店番してたって言ってよ。うん、だから今度自転車に乗せてね。乗せる。じゃあ頑張って岡部倫太郎。私応援してっからさ。
Suzuha pats me on the shoulder and rushes into the workshop. Nai and I left in front of the store. The driver stops the moped and takes off his full-face helmet, revealing Mr. Brown.
お父さん、おかえりなさい。
ない。そこのうさんくせえ野郎に何をされた？
Manager leaps from his moped and interposes himself between me and his daughter. His eyes are bloodshot. My spine freezes. What a powerful aura of malice.
てめえ、よくも俺の大事な娘をたぶらかしてくれたな。殺すぞ。
待ってくれ。俺は何もしていない。
だったらなんでおめえとナイが二人っきりで話してんだ？あ？
二人きりじゃない。今の今まで鈴葉もここにいました。あの女は仕事をサボってそこのチャリを磨いていたんですよ。
Wow. Please forgive me, Suzuha. My life is too precious.
ナイ、そうなのか？
バイトのお姉ちゃんに自転車に乗せてもらう約束したの。だからサボってなかったって言わなきゃ。
Sister Brown ends up betraying Suzuha too. Manager breathes a heavy sigh.
サボる方法だけはうまいんだよな、あのバイト。
It's true I've never actually seen her do work.
というか この俺を一瞬でも疑ったことについての謝罪はないんですか？
ねえよ、んなもん。
Stubborn old man. He owns the place just because he owns the place.
今後もうちの娘をたぶらかそうとしたらただじゃおかねえからな。
そんな自殺行為はしませんよ。
Mr. Braun nods in satisfaction.
ねえ、シュークリーム買ってきたから一緒に食おう。
He parks his moped next to part-time warrior's bicycle, then enters the store and hand in hand with his daughter. Cream puffs? You can't get any more out of character than that. Is this what having kids does to a man?
おい、これバイトサボってたことは分かってんだぞ、こら。あとなんで42型がつけっぱなしになってんだ。消しとけって言っただろうが。
ごめんなさ
I leave Susan to face her fate and return to the lab. I need to get in touch with Tidor as quickly as possible. He might be able to give me the answers I seek. He might even be able to explain the event that I witnessed a few days ago, the instantaneous disappearance of everyone on the streets of Akaba. When I burst into the lab, everyone looks at me with concerned expressions. Mari starts to speak, presumably to console me, but I put my hand up to stop her.
待て。事情はすべて後で話す。
Explain that we can't experiment anymore now that Mr. Braun is back. Then I dismiss everyone for today.
オカリン、あのね、明日バナナ買ってきてあげるね。
Mary picks her Uber plush toy off the sofa and hands it to me.
だからね、今はその子をむぎゅーっと抱きしめて元気出してね。
Looks like she's worried about me, but she shouldn't be. It's my job to worry about her. She has work after this, so she leaves. Dada goes with her, probably to see Ferris. Before he leaves, Lukaku apologizes again for messing up the Lotto 6 ticket. He knows about the time machine now. Next time I see him, I'll make him a lab mem to secure his silence. Moika leaves in nothing more than a tiny bow. In less than 30 minutes, Kurisu and I are the only ones left in the lab.
そこの助手。お前は帰らないのか？
目障りなら帰るけど。
目障りというわけではないが。何か用事でもあるのか？
いいえ。でも、ちょっと考えたいことがあって。
ホテルに戻って考えればいい。
何？追い出したいの？
そうか。どうせ友達もいないし、ホテルに帰っても一人ぼっちで寂しいから、この法院京馬に構ってほしいというわけだな。このお子様セレセブめ。
寂しいのはあんたの方だろ。さっきからあんまり元気ないし。なんなら相談に乗るぞ。私はある意味で部外者だから話しやすいんじゃない？
Alright guys, because I'm autistic, I want to have the webcam facing the other way. Press 1 if you think I should flip the webcam so I'm looking at the dialogue when I'm looking at the dialogue. Press 2 if I shouldn't. Okay?
年下の女に相談する男の人って、
It's just it's in my head. The OCD has been triggering me the whole fucking
それでもいいんな
stream.
ら聞いてやってもいい。
Why does she have to be such a smartass? She even has a mocking grin on her face.
俺はメールをする用事があるのだ。どうしてもここにいたいのならば、邪魔をせず静かにしているのだな。ザ・ゾンビ。
その呼び方が一番カチンとくるわね。
Despite her complaint, Kurisu makes no move to leave. She sits down on the sofa and starts reading a massive technical book. On closer inspection, I realize it's in English. Listens English. Just because of that, that's what she... Top of flipping it, I need to... Just need it. See, it looks a little bit weird when I flip it in. Actually, no, it looks fine. Size. Something. Crap, I don't have one. Hold on, I gotta make one. No, I'm doing it right now, dude. Right now. So fellas, how's it going? How's life been? How's life doing? How's life treating you? This fine day. Just tell me, I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about the memers like me. Webcam LB, the bottom left corner, because see, I was gonna make one, but I didn't think I'd need it, but now I need it, and it's good now. Everything's sorted. I got the big mask, kind of blends in with the background, dude. How cool's that? Yeah. And back to the There's Photoshop, minimize Discord, fucking yeah. Huh? I got a new mail, dude. What? She sits down on the sofa and starts to read a massive technical book, and because she's reading a book, I'm gonna read my message. Maybe my assistant isn't a genius, but just an extreme studier.
コーヒーを飲むか？
もらうわ。
I make some instant coffee for Kurisu. Take a fresh Dr. Pepper out of the refrigerator for myself and sit down in front of the computer. Alright, let's do what needs to be done. I only hope this doesn't get undone too. My plan is to follow Suzuha's advice. Get in touch with Taito. After all, what I'm experiencing right now could have something to do with the many worlds interpretation. Which would mean that the Kurisu sitting over there isn't the exact same Kurisu with whom I discussed the Lotto 6. It would mean that this lab isn't the lab where we discussed it. How can that be?
何もぞもぞやってんの?
Kurisu glares at me coldly. Damn it, she's looking at me like I'm a perv again. Keep telling her I'm not a perv. I am Hoin Kyoma. Anyway, why am I the only one who remembers what happened? That's another question I'll ask John Taito. I don't know if he's a real time traveler, but he did help with the IBN 5100, so I'm inclined to trust him. Well, what should I write? Should I tell him everything? In any case, worrying about it won't solve anything. Enough stalling, I take out my phone. Sighed and chugged my soda. Now to wait for his reply. Check the @channel thread just to make sure, but Taito hasn't posted recently.
ずいぶん深いため息ついてるわね。
Kurisu says without lifting her eyes from her book. Maybe I should tell her about how that D-mail changed the past. About how she seems to have lost her memories about it. Why am I considering talking to Kurisu? Because I don't think Mairi or Daru would understand the problem. Kurisu, on the other hand, might be able to form a hypothesis. That's what I hope. He's right, dude, he's right. Just then, my phone rings.
もしもし。
あ、オカリン。実はとんでもないミスに気づいたんだ。
ミス？
Is it about the phone wave? Is it related to the phenomenon I experienced earlier? Gulp. I know it's pathetic for a mad scientist to show anxiety, but I can't help it. Lick my dry lips and wait for Daru to speak.
実はさ、ラボに財布忘れてきたお。
に？
おかげでメイクインに入れないよ。オカリン、悪いけど僕の。
Get to go to May Queen!
貴様。 様は神田川で水浴びでもしていろ。
やった! Kinniku! Yay, yay! I shout and hang up. Damn it, I got stressed for nothing. Right afterward, my phone rings again.
俺、しつこいやつめ。もしもし。財布は届けないからな。
トゥットゥルー、おかりおかり。
なんだ、マユリか。誰も一緒にいるのだろう。いいか。
わかった。でね、おかりんも元気になったかなって思って、ちゃんとウーパーをむぎゅーってした？
していない。そもそも俺はいつだろうと狂気と野心に満ち溢れたマッドサイエンティストである。
そっか。ね、何か悩みがあったらマユシーに相談するんだよ。マユシーはね、難しい話はよくわかんないけど、オカリンのことはよーくわかってる。
Switch cops, dude. The switch cops, XD. They're
が
coming
わかる
for
と
me. Oh shit, dude.
わかるよ。
Ruffle, I better switch cops, man. I'm so fucking funny. Kill myself. Huh?
もう切るぞ。
ありがとう。じゃあね。
たく、あのバカめ。
岡部、顔がにやけてる。
何を言うか、このセルセブが。
セレセブ言うな。
Gonna tell Kadisu the truth, but now I've changed my mind. The mad scientist of Nikuyama would never grin at the words of a mere hostage like Mighty.
恋する乙女が好きな相手からのメールを待ってるみたい。
She sure likes to attack me for every little thing.
そんなに構ってほしいのか。
ささやかな復讐よ。あんたからのひどい扱いにいつもぐっと耐えてるんだから。
これでも俺はお前をリスペクトしているつもりだぞ。
名前すらまともに呼んだこともないくせに。
それについてはすまないと思っている。
Kadisu lifts her face and stares at me in shock.
へえ、意外。あんたって謝るんだ。
謝るさ。だがどうしようもないのだ。俺の脳はお前のことを助手のクリスティーナという認識で固定してしまっていて、直しようがないからな。
回答して海馬に電極ぶっ刺してやりたい。
Right after that silly exchange, John Titor's mail arrives. Whoa, I wanna check what Myri said. What the fuck? He says, "Greetings, Cal. Can you tell me exactly how you changed the past? I'd like to verify that what you said is true." Holy shit, I'd like to be able to read this shit. We sent an email today. It was set to arrive last Tuesday, 170 hours ago. It contained the winning numbers of the third place prize of last night's lottery. The moment we sent my email, my associates who had helped plan the experiment and watched me send it instantly forgot that anything had happened. When I checked, I found that the email had vanished from my phone's send history. I know for a fact that it arrived at the past, as my friend had bought a Lotto 6 ticket based on the information I had apparently given him. He got one of the numbers wrong, but otherwise it was an exact match.
メールの相手って誰？
ジョン・タイター。
嘘。
奴はよほど悪意のある人間以外に対してはオープンだ。メルアドも公開している。こうしてやり取りするのは2度目だ。
道理であんたがタイターの書き込みを引用したがるわけだ。信者ってわけね。
そういうわけではない。だが奴の話にはうなずける点も多い。
そう？フィクションにしか思えないけど。
Oshiroi. From the events you described, it sounds like you did indeed change the past. I suspect that the email you sent changed Divergence, if only a little. Bravo! The instant your email arrived in the past, you shifted from your original world line to an ever so slightly different world line. On this world line, you received an email from the future containing the Lotto 6 numbers. You told your friend the numbers, perhaps because you didn't quite trust the email. Your friend got a number wrong and he purchased the ticket. The original email likely disappeared from your send history when the world line changed. All this makes sense. One thing I don't understand is how you kept your memories of the previous world line. Just so we're clear, you are telling the truth, yes? Confirmed that the divergence is currently 0.571015%. I cannot tell you what the value was before you changed the past. This is because I, like your friends, have no memories of the world line before you changed the past. In the case of physical time travel, memories are retained even if the world line changes. That's been proven by my own experience. But in the case of an email like the one you sent, the time traveler changes the past without actually traveling through time, a situation that scientists in my time never even considered. It wasn't necessary since the invention of the time machine in 2034 gave us a means of physical time travel. So I'm afraid I have no idea how to explain the phenomenon you've been experiencing. How exactly do you measure divergence? Where do these numbers come from? Strictly speaking, I was not being entirely accurate when I wrote the Everett-Wheeler model is accepted in my time. The first functional time machine was completed in 2034. The 2 years following that breakthrough, our understanding of the universe's structure grew dramatically. In 2036, scientists proved that the universe is comprised of attractor fields, which describe the extent of the world line convergence. This theory was first proposed in 2020. 420? Did someone say 420? Sorry, I forgot to answer your question. I have a meter that measures divergence. A reading of 0% divergence corresponds to the world line I originally came from. In other words, it's subjective, not absolute measurement. This tool can only indicate the current divergence. But simply, attractor fields are the focal points of world line convergence. Their existence is responsible for phenomena previously known as fate and chance. There's no real point making small changes to a world line. Due to convergence, small changes do not have a lasting influence. Humans who can observe convergence are exceedingly rare. I haven't met anyone with that ability myself, so I'm unqualified to give you an accurate appraisal. You, Kurma, might be one such individual. You might have the power to observe convergence. Might be the one who can guide us to a world line beyond 1% divergence, across the wall that divides attractor fields. Tone of Tito's mail has suddenly changed. Thinks I have some kind of power? First, I feel a sense of pride. Next comes apprehension. Could this be a trap? In the first place, I can't confirm if this is the real John Titor, and I don't even know if the Titor from 2000 was really a time traveler. Titor's world line theory holds, then that could explain the supernatural events I've experienced. This last statement's pretty hard to swallow. As soon as I begin to doubt, all of his words start to smell like lies. That stuff about the IBM 5100 might have been a lie too. That mysterious program code could just be a simple bug. Now that he claims I have special powers, he's starting to sound like some new age con artist. Besides, I don't need Titor to tell me that. Christy jerks at the sound of my laughter.
いきなり笑い出すなよ、気色悪い。
これが笑わずにいられるか。実に傑作ではないか。この俺が持つ力だと。今さらそんなこと言われなくとも俺はとっくに気づいていたぞ。
You don't have to tell me what I already know, John Tyler. I snapped my eyes open wide. I raised my phone high to the heavens.
この魔眼リーディングシュタイナーの真の力にな。
話の流れはさっぱり見えんが、岡部次長しろとだけ言っておく。
あ、
Lucy hides her face in her book. She pretends to read, but I can see from here that her ears are bright red. How does she know about Tunabure? Was she an at-channeler after all? No, that doesn't matter now. I need to reply to Tighthor. What is beyond the wall? What will happen if we cross it? If we cross the wall, we will have freedom. If we do not, then the dystopia I came from will be your future. In exchange for providing false peace and joy, your masters will stamp out every last vestige of free will. As I said on that channel, my goal is to change that future. You may be the one who can make that possible. Okay, now it's getting creepy. Is this some new cult? Or is he really trying to con me here? He's also contradicting himself again. Tyler appeared in 2000, said he traveled back in time to retrieve technology lost in World War III. This guy is saying he came here to prevent the creation of a dystopia ruled by CERN. This guy might be an imposter. I'm fed up, so I quit replying, but just as I'm about to put away my phone, another mail comes. I open up my phone reluctantly while enjoying Kurisu's cold glare. And what I read there raises the hairs on the back of my neck. What is this? Fear? Disgust? I don't know, but something is very wrong.